Generic greetings and welcome back to Prison Architect once again. The previous episode we got the canteen pretty much finished, as well as the kennel and armory. We also went around and did some more work on some of the cells and the showers and other things around the place, the kitchen, etc. to try and get it acceptable for prisoner habitation. Now, we have a couple of issues. Primarily, the temperature problem. It's currently -3 because it is autumn, and although if we go over to our logistics and temperature tab, we can see that actually it's nice and warm in areas where the staff are, apart from the kennel and armory, which I'm going to sort out in a moment, but that's all nice and warm. However, slight problem, where the cells are, it is -0, okay? So the toilets won't even flush because they're on the freezing point. We need to sort that out, and the way to do that is obviously to go to our objects tab and get radiators and start place radiators all over the place. But where are we going to place them? Well, that is a good question. Where are we going to place them? Well, I'm thinking here is probably the way to go, right? It's the only way to go, really. And what we'll do, we'll run stuff directly into them. Keep them warm. Obviously, this is going to cost a lot, but that's just what we're going to do. The problem wasn't radiators, though. It was boilers. Where we're going to place the boilers. The ideal place to be most efficient is here, because you have a building, you have the boiler in here, and then you run a pipe straight into it, and then it goes all the way to the left, all the way to the right, and you're running one boiler for every 2 cell blocks, rather than running a 1-to-1 system, which is what we were going to do by putting it in here. Putting it in here, however, another big problem, it means you can't have the dogs walk through it, or they can, but it slows down, and it's going to cause you a lot of issues because you're going to have to go around it and all that sort of stuff. The other solution was to put it here, but then again, it's out the way, so you want it outside where the prisoners can't hit. So, the only 2 solutions I've come up with, and many people have shared comments and feedback and things like that, thank you very much. People have said put it in the shower and actually put it in a walled off area. That doesn't really matter, they will knock that door off, don't worry about it. We are not putting it in the shower, they will get electrocuted if that happens. The other solution is to figure out why, they are doing radiators. The other solution was something like this. You get a wall and put it there, and you put it there. Alright, you delete all of this one, like there, and then you place the boiler like so. And what that allows you to do is actually have more area for you to search, and then also more easier access for the dogs to walk up and down. That's all well and good. Let me just do that, which is it's already placed. They just haven't gone about and done it for some reason. Strange. But there's a problem with that. You're removing a section of wall, which admittedly, this fence doesn't take very much to go under, but it's another layer of protection that you're getting rid of. So it's not going to happen. The compromise is very simple. Water boiler goes exactly where I said in the first place, but I leave it outside. The water boiler, as far as I'm aware, can go outside. I have placed it in several series outside and it doesn't blow up, unlike the capacitors, which I believe can have a problem with rain. Having it outside on this main stretch is a bit exposed, but a couple of things. Firstly, it radiates heat, so it keeps this area nice and warm. Secondly, it's now more efficient because we're only having one bit of plumbing into it rather than having to have one on either side. So we're halving the number of boilers we're going to use. We're going to have 3 in rather than 6, which obviously halves the electricity cost, halves the amount of cable we have to run to the other side and all sorts of stuff. And thirdly, if they do start a fight and they do prioritize it, there's 2 snipers out in between everyone. So good luck to them. Right, so it is a compromise. I admit it is a compromise that I didn't want to make, but we have to do it. So we'll deal with it, I guess. So what we'll do, we will run a large pipe up into it, like so. And then we will max speed out and we'll see what they do. Once this is connected up, obviously we do need to run some hot water pipe, and hot water pipe should be able to go along the centre and then to connect up to all these radiators. So let's just do that. And then that means that all of these should be lovely and warm. There we go. And it's hopefully quite efficient. Don't know if it'll work, but hopefully it'll work. So this security room here, as you can see, is shouting for an office chair, desk, filing cabinet. Let's just sort that out. So we'll scroll right in. We've got an office desk, so we'll place it in... where do you want to place it? Don't really know. I like the idea of it being sort of right here when you come in. Why is the constant blowing whistles? I don't know what that's all about. Final cabinet. Chair. What? Apparently I don't know, there might be a bit of a bug there. He's constantly blowing the whistle and I don't know why. Anyway, let's get the shower put in because as a lot of people have rightly pointed out, I haven't done it. I haven't placed the shower at all. Let's go for a shower head on either side. And I like the idea of a drain like that with a bench in the middle. Although the bench would be odd, so I'm not going to put it in. But that means the water should splash down there and then flow into these ones. You can put the drain right underneath, but there is some weird quirks with that, so I'm going to try and avoid it. And again, this will connect up to the centre. Although it won't, because I don't think it can. Oh no, that's classed as a... I'm sure the water boiler can transfer cold water through it. Pretty sure. Either way, we're going to find out what happens here. Looks like all the hot water pipe is placed in. That's a lot of pipe here. A lot of pipe work, isn't it? Look at that. Very nice. We're just waiting for that bit to be placed and then this bit to be placed. Don't know why that's not red. There you go. So all that should be warm now. If we go over to our temperature, you can see, oh yes, very, very nice. This is apparently 30 degrees, but because it's outside, it doesn't radiate. That's a thing, apparently. The shower, as you can see, is not plumbed in with the hot water because it technically doesn't need it. It only flashes when you're outside here when you don't have it connected, when there's no connection whatsoever and that the connection is necessary. Obviously, that is not the case. What we do need to do is plumb all these toilets in. Cancel. That one there, that one there, that one there, and then along. So there we go. That is a lot of pipe work. A lot of pipe work. But it should be all in now. Right, we're going to go over to radiator. I'm going to place a radiator behind there. I'm going to place a radiator in the armory. And then we'll place a radiator in... We probably don't need it in the kennel, but we will place one in... 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, there's not a centre in here, so... We'll just see what it's like. We'll just see what these are like here. And then maybe the ambient temperature will go through. Maybe we'll have ambient bleed through. So that'll come down along here into there. And then just connect straight up like so. Maybe the kennel will be warm enough. We'll see. We'll see. So last episode we did assign dog patrols. As you can see, they're going up and down now. We do need to assign a lot more patrols though, so let's get on with that one. So we'll go to deployment and then guard patrols. We'll set some guard patrols right round the outside here. So we're going to go down along, then across like so. We'll have 2 guards assigned to that. We will have an armed patrol in here as well, which will simply be right in the centre like so. Obviously we haven't got enough armed patrols yet because we've only got a couple of armed guards, but that'll be our armed patrol there. Then what we're going to do is have a patrol that'll go along here. It'll go around, then along to the end, which I can only just see is there, and then along here, and then around the tower, and then along. Now that doesn't mean around the tower because of the way this is placed, but we're going to assign 2 guards to that. And obviously there's going to be something on the other side. The problem with doing this is that the original set that I've got here, hang on, where is it? Deployment, guard patrols, armed patrols. This thing here will have to be moved eventually because we've got the guards on here. We could, if we wanted to, get rid of those then. Cancel all of that. And put armed patrols on this. I am probably of the opinion that we don't do it. I think guard patrols like that is fine. And maybe have 1 armed patrol on it. So we've got 2 guards and 1 armed. I think that makes sense. That should be about right. Back over to temperature, you can see that actually now the kennel is fine. That's no problem at all. Canteen isn't very warm. The kitchen isn't warm, but when that fires up, it will. What we'll do then is just go over to the radiators here and start placing radiators in and around the kitchen. So we'll place ones in the corner there. What we'll do as well is probably place them in the... I'll just dismantle these, and with these in the corners, that should perhaps be enough. We'll find out once I finally place all of the radiators. We'll see if it's enough, and if not, then we'll just place more. Obviously, we're going to have to run some pipe work in here. Now, this is quite a ways from the boiler, so I don't know just how far this can go. I don't think it'll reach. I really don't think it'll reach, but what we'll do is try, and if it doesn't, then we'll give up and just go home. We'll go along, and then... Problem here is if coming along there might work. Let's see how it goes. See, because this water boiler is directly connected to the main pipe, it does have a lot of... Yeah, it can go quite a ways. This one I'm not too sure of, but we'll see. We'll see what it does. So the yard's in, that's in. These have got patrols, reception is in. That's a page on the floor. Garbage is in, deliveries, exports is, security's in. All of these officers are in, no problem. Haven't got... we have got all the staff that we need there. We do need probably another armed guard. We probably need another couple of dog handlers. We're going to hire 6 in total because we will have some... actually, probably want... We probably want on the deployment side of this thing. Dog armed and 2 standard guards just going up and down here. That's fine. We won't have anyone patrolling up and down. Obviously, this side we haven't got access to that side, but they will get there eventually. In terms of here, do we need anything else? Well, we've got a couple of grants here that we can go for. We've currently got 42 grand. We just waiting for this pipe to be placed, and then it should be about done. Are they going to crack on with it? They're getting there. I'm just going to put a door in. I don't need a door there. It's fine. Come on. I want to see if this temperature thing works. Yeah, that one's just too far out. Look at that. Just too far out. A little bit annoying. The question is, can I connect to that water boiler? I don't think that'll reach that other one, quite honestly. But looking at the temperature dispersal, it's warm enough. It's more than warm enough. So, the solution is this. That should fix it. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. We haven't got laundry, we haven't got kitchen, we haven't got cleaning, so we need to get laundry as soon as possible, because once laundry's in, we will then be able to assign everybody to it, and that's really the last major thing I think I need in here. So let's just see if this expands the... Yeah, it does that. You put a proper cable in, a proper pipe, a big pipe, and then boom, it immediately goes and makes it work. So that's nice and warm now. So what we'll do is we will do the laundry. Laundry we will have... We could have it in the centre, actually. This was going to be a security room where we search people and such, and I think that's still a good idea, having a security room there. But I like the idea of being in the centre, because this security room nobody's ever going to go in. Like, that's a private one, where we'll have CCTV and such, which actually we don't need to assign as security. I just did it because I can. Also, if you assign something as security, the guards like to congregate around there, which means that if there's any break-ins, there'll always be a couple of guards. So that's fine. This one's still going to be security then. We've got a common room, we've got an infirmary, we've got a couple of other rooms that we don't really have any purpose for yet. So I think I'm going to make this one our... I'm going to make this one our laundry. So I'm probably going to expand the size of it because I want it to be a little bit bigger than it is at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be the size of it. The reason for this is this is going to be probably the 2, 3, 4, 5. It's probably going to be a parole. That's 7. That's 8. 8 and then 7, yeah, okay. Obviously, we still haven't got solitary yet, which is something we will have to sort out. Still haven't got a room for that. I know people have suggested this room for solitary, but it just doesn't seem to fit. It's really not the right size. We also haven't got any place for protective custody, which is another problem as well, which people have pointed out. Didn't plan on having either. Didn't plan on having protective custody areas, but it would make sense. It would make sense having a protective custody area, but the problem with that is the size. You know, in this area, we wouldn't be able to fit many in. Oh, we fit 3 in. 3 protective custody cells, but then this wouldn't be big enough for anything else really. This bit here, security, because security is a 4x4, I believe. Yeah, 4x4. So even if I did that, nah, it doesn't work. Nah, it doesn't work. So it can't be this. It can't be this. What I'd have to do is I'd have to move it. I'd have to shift. I'd have to shift protective custody and solitary elsewhere. So maybe we don't use this then. Maybe this is better for something else. No. This has to be security because that was always supposed to. It was always going to be security. So we're going to keep that as security. We're going to go back to what we're on about here, which will be this as a laundry. So laundry will have a door in the 1, 2, 3. It's 8, so there's not going to be a middle. So when in doubt, just put it closer to the entranceway. So we'll put it there. As soon as we get this, obviously they'll be able to place all of this pipe, which will be useful. We will have to run a lot of pipe work, actually, because the cable and pipe work needs to be put in, but obviously we haven't got any major large water pipe going all the way up, which is something we do need to do to then power up. Sorry, to connect up all of this. So laundry, if I can type it right, laundry, there we go. Laundry will go in. And there's the laundry. So standard stuff in here, laundry machines, 1, 2, 3, 4. Table on there. Ironing boards, 1, 2, 3. And then your laundry baskets, which is 2 rows of such. And now that all of these are placed, he says, without any degree of confidence, because they're not, there we are, we will then connect up these, and then we also need to run a large pipe right across to about here, and then we'll run a small pipe in. Now, laundry machines don't have a hot water requirement because they have their own elements in them, which means it heats up. Even though you can get hot feeds on some laundry machines, it's a bit old hat now as far as I'm aware, and they certainly don't have it in this game. Right, so there's all of that bit done. That's connected up. These are in. That will force lock open. That will not be locked open. These will all be as is. That's fine. In terms of deployment, staff only. All of this needs to be staff only. Storage, this back bit here. Technically, the reception just means they'll be moved through there on their own. The morgue is staff only. Common room and laundry is fine. The pipe work will be placed. Once that is done, we will then go for a brick wall and run a brick wall across like so. Obviously, that's then going to give us a bit of a problem when it comes to getting in these buildings. So we're going to put a... Oh, how do you want to do this? I'm probably going to shrink down. Probably going to cancel that. Shrink down this bit. Mainly for aesthetic purposes, because if we don't have... If we have the door there, then it's very much on the side. It's right next to this wall, the wall that would be here. Whereas if we have it here, then you've got the extra path bit, which I'll be placing, so materials, concrete walls, that there. So it just doesn't look as good as I really like. I've already made a mistake, because this door should be on the other side, which is something I will change over at some point. This one needs to go on this side. Yeah, we'll change all that next episode, or because subsequent episodes, I think, if I remember, but I probably won't. Either way, I'm looking down it. I think we're about right. So, what we'll do, we'll go to staff, we'll go to guards. 1, 2, 3, 4 more guards. That should do us quite nicely. We will just check our deployment here. Staff only, around the outside, like so. That's done, that's done. These are all done. That has no access, I'm aware. These are all correct. Outside is done. That is right. Right. So, I think it's time to go into intake, and then we'll have our, we'll say, mid-sec fill capacity, which is 18 in total. So in 16 hours, we'll get some prisoners. Excellent. Let's go over to bureaucracy. We'll research guard towers and body armor. And we'll just go around and see what else we need to do. There's a couple of things I do need to do. Policy. We'll say for this we'll have lockdown for everything for the time being. Because at the moment we haven't got any solitary area. But we do need to put a solitary area in as soon as possible. Not going to alter the punishment times, just the what the punishment is for the time being. In terms of... you know what? I did say I was going to sort this out next episode in terms of the... the way stuff's laid out, but I might as well do it now. There's no reason for me to not do it now. I did want to have that moved across as well. So at least all the doors are in the right place. They're all in the same place. So it's there, and then it's there. And that should be the same size. And then obviously we'll have the wall across there, wall across there. And then that's already walled up. That's now demolished, or rather that's all disassemblated. Door will go on there. We will get rid of that. Actually, we don't. We need to use... Strangely, you need to place dirt there. Place a dirt bit. Wall that up. That wall's up in there. That needs to be walled up. Then we need to place dirt across that section. And then we'll have another door in here. And then... Oh, hang on. Did I not wall that up? I didn't. Then it's just a strip of concrete tile, concrete tile, concrete tile, because it's the one that looks the best. And then we've got the symmetry on it. Not that we need it, you understand. Not that we need it, but it just means now that it's more efficient, because all of the entrances are closer to this centre point than elsewhere. I mean, it's pedantic, I know. I didn't need to do it, really, but it's all done, so it's fine. There's many other inefficiencies around the prison that I could have spent more time on, but I didn't. So, hey-ho. Right, so we'll go for the medical bed. 4 in there. And then we could probably fit more in as well if we really wanted to, like so. Like 1 there. And 1 there, but... I don't know what we want to do. 1, 2, 3, like that. Yeah, why not? Actually, I like the idea of it being like that. No. 1, 2, 3. On that side. 1, 2, 3. And then you could have it down there. 1, 2, 3. And then if you dismantle that, you can move it up by 1. Yeah, and then you've got access to that. Yeah, and we've got more medical beds. Fine. You might be thinking, why we're doing that? Well, that's because, actually, having more medical beds inside here is very important. Because when you do, or if you do, pharmacological treatment to drug addiction, the size of the class, I know it is called a class in the game, is based on the amount of medical beds you have, not the staff in there. So it's quite important that you have that. Right, so we've got prisoner intake on. We've got all of these without, well, most of them without lights. We're about halfway. I might as well put some lights in here just because it is a little bit annoying otherwise. Why isn't light showing? There we go. So, it's better to do it in the dark when I know what's coming there. What we'll do first is go over to deployment. It'll be in logistics, won't it? And let's do another way. Cleaning cupboard. Sign that as cleaning cupboard. Which it's done. Pause it a second. Go over to logistics. Prison labour. Get the grant. Delete them all. Or rather, not delete them all, but just not have the... not have this room assigned, the cleaning cupboard, because we're not going to have a cleaning cupboard. But we got the grant done, which means we can now go over to grants. What else have we got? Reform through education initiative, the one that we never get done. Manufacturing, one we're not going to do. So we might as well get the reform through education initiative and go for a lot of them anyway. So, next episode, we will get prisoners, because we're almost about to turn up. I'm going to change, just quickly, the grant, regime. So let's have a rough same regime as I've had for several years now, it seems, because it does seem to work. So sleep for the full 7 hours, then you have a shower time, then you have 2 hours of free, and then you have an eat, like so. You have then after that a couple of hours of lockup, and then you have work free time up until eat, and then you go for a last bit of free time before the end of the day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 hours. Yeah, that's about right. Although, I think we'll probably put eat there, lock up there, work free time, bit more eat. I know you're eating a bit towards the end, but that doesn't really matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours of work, job done, or work/free time. So if you've got jobs, you go to it. If you don't, you got free time on your hands. But we've still got the 2 hours of lockup, so punishment's still there. Either way, that should be it. Next episode, we will get prisoners. I know I promised last episodes that we were going to get prisoners, and technically I haven't done that because I haven't got them turned up yet, but I have turned it on and got it all fit for habitation, so, you know, there's that. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching. Comments in the comments. Take care, and generic partings.